Okay, today we're talking about the return spring for your trigger blade on the Daisy 880, and it actually does double duty. It returns your trigger blade and pushes up on your lever that releases your valve that fires your gun. So I've been getting contact because people are deciding to be clever and they're cutting off 3 or 4 coils off this, thinking they're going to have a soft trigger and then the gun won't work because they don't understand the engineering. Okay, so let's take a look at a loose lever. Okay, now some people call it the hammer, meaning anything that trips the valve here. Let's take a look at that. And let's air into your gun. But it is technically a lever design. Okay, we'll get more into this. Now, the spring I have on here is actually from this kit by Storehouse. And it is right here. So it's a compression spring, 932 times 3/4. And then the big dog in here is this one right here. And we'll get to that. But yeah, this one fit perfectly. It's nice and soft. Look, I can just squeeze it down with my thumb all the way. Metal on metal. And I'm like, wow, it's going to be such a soft trigger pull because people on the internet saying this is awesome. Okay, so what happens? You have a spring here. You have a spring here. The spring here overpowers it. In your gun, it's actually slightly compressed down, so there's even more tension on it. Okay, this spring doesn't work because it's overpowered by this one, so air does not release in there. So let's take a look. Okay, so it's going to sound preschool, but I just want people to understand the engineering of this. We're going to call this a shark's fin, and that's a shark's mouth. See that slight, there we go, that slight opening there. Okay, right now the valve is open. When I put just some tension on this and it closes up that mouth, your valve is closed. No air can get out. Okay, and then when you cock your gun, it pushes down on that shark's fin. Okay, and then when you pull your trigger, okay, take a look now. See, that opens back up and just needs that little bit of space, but a space, so enough of space you can see it so air can fire your gun. So, all right, so there is a teeter-totter engineering here. The spring and back here that you see, it's right there. You can see it in there. Okay, that's where that return spring, that's where this guy is. Okay, it is a certain level of stiffness, and it's pretty stiff actually. So if we look at it on your trigger, it is a good degree stiffer than that Storehouse spring, very much so. And it needs to be so it can overpower that spring and fire your gun. Okay, so now this spring here is the biggest, baddest one in that kit, and still, as you can see, I can squeeze that down metal on metal with no problem. We're trying to do it with the OEM by Daisy. You could probably do it, but it's really, really hard. Okay, so here's the thing, folks. Please don't tamper with this. Please do not damage this. Don't cut off 3 or 4 coils or cut off any coils at all. If you're advanced and you just want to, you heard about this on the internet that, hey, oh, this will give you a super soft trigger pull, like 2.5 ounces. Okay, it's a nice idea. I was excited when I saw one fit on there. And then I did try this one. It was close, but no cigar. So let me explain what happens. So with the softer spring that's too soft, that's not engineered for Daisy, if you look at the shark's mouth there, it stays closed. Okay, meaning there is some play here. The shark's fin is at full tension with the proper OEM back there. Okay, with that right there. There you go. That's a good shot of it. Okay, and it's firm at attention. The mouth is open. Valve is open. Close, open, close. With these store-bought springs, it doesn't do that. Just stay closed the whole time, and it does not work, folks. So, okay. So if you're advanced and you're determined to try this, fine. But if you are not and you're brand new to this, but you heard you can get some of these store springs and make it work. I'm not saying there's not springs out there that could work, but this one doesn't work. They're too soft. And if you're brand new to this, wrestling with this trigger, it's going to be more of a wrestling match for you. I can do it quickly, and I did the work here. I did the footwork. It doesn't work. Just please practice with your gun. Work out. Work your hands. Use a hand exerciser. The trigger really is pretty predictable. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut off now and just say, please do not tamper with this. Practice shooting your gun for what it is, the price you pay for this gun. It is a good, predictable trigger. Thank you.